Hey, what's up, guys? It's the final round, and my name is Jordan. This is a channel where the episodes come out the day before the lines drop. I do about an hour to an hour and a half of research, and I compile it into a short video for you guys, so you don't have to do that hour and an hour and a half of research. When the lines do come out and you want to discuss them, I have a Discord. The link is in the description. There's discussion that goes on all day long. Very smart people. It's a really good community. Not toxic. If the toxic person shows up, they get banned. So we keep it clean, and it's just talking about sports, and it's a really good community. I don't charge for any of this. I'm not hiding any picks from you or anything like that, or charging a premium. You shouldn't pay for anything if you don't know if it's going to work yet or not. So if you do well with this information and you feel like giving back, I have a Cash App and a Venmo in the description, and you can donate back to the channel. And if you could, please like the video. If you haven't, please subscribe. I saw like the last video, like almost 50% of people who watched were not subscribed to the channel. So if you've been watching and you haven't subscribed, like press the subscribe button. That would help me out, help get the videos out there, and I would appreciate that. So thank you for that. And if you have a little bit of extra time, can you leave a comment for the algorithm? Just any little comment works. It could be a letter, an emoji, it could be anything. It could be your favorite animal. You could ask me a question, a random question, and I'll do my best to answer it. So any of that helps me, and thank you for the people who do comment. And I'm partnered with an app called JOCKMKT. They do player props, and they also have trading players like stocks kind of thing. Use promo code FINALROUND11. They'll match up to your first $100 deposit. And just today, they had some lines that Prizepicks did not put up. I was looking for them on Prizepicks, and then I look and I get Rodney McGruder and I get Bogdanovich for the Hawks, and they both hit in the first half. They were basically free plays. So it's good to have different apps just to see if there's lines available on different ones. And JOCKMKT, I guess they just have those lower tier players there. Whereas last time Prizepicks put Magruder up 15 minutes before, it was a free play, and he hit. So I have 8 picks for you guys. I'm trying my best to stay away from star players, because I know a lot of people, you already know about the star players. The first couple picks are going to be star players, but I like being able to find guys like Rodney McGruder and Bogdanovich who aren't star players, and they have lower lines, and they've been consistent and just under the radar. So my first pick is going to be a star player. The matchup, I just can't ignore it. It's going to be Steph Curry up against the Rockets. I know he played poorly last game. The whole Warriors team played poorly, but they have a good history against the Rockets. So the Rockets give up the most points and the third most three-pointers to the point guard position, and Curry over his last 10 games is averaging 30 points, and he's making 5.1 three-pointers. And just this season up against the Rockets, he's averaging 31.5 points, and you can throw in 12.5 assists. He's making 7.3 three-pointers. So if there's ever a game for a bounce back, it would be this one against the Rockets. Which goes to my second pick. It's the past 2 times they played, it's been the Splash Bros. So I'm looking at Klay Thompson. The Rockets, they suck against guards. They're giving up the most points and the most three-pointers to the shooting guard position. And Thompson has been even better than Curry against the Rockets this year. He's averaging 41.5 points, and he's made an average of 11 three-pointers in these games against the Rockets. So third pick's going to be Buddy Hield up against the Hornets. Gordon Hayward isn't the best at defending, and the Hornets give up the most points and the third most three-pointers to the small forward position. So it's a good spot for Buddy Hield. He hasn't played great lately. Over his last 10 games, he's averaging 14.5 points, and he's making 2.7 three-pointers, where he used to be making around 4 a game. So he has kind of quieted down, but against the Hornets this season, he's averaging 20 points, and 3.5 3-pointers. So if we can get his line around 15, 16, I think I've seen it around 16 and a half. I think this would be a good spot to take Buddy Hield. Fourth pick's going to be Nick Richards up against the Pacers. The Pacers give up the most points, the 11th most rebounds, and the 6th most blocks to the center position. And Nick Richards, with Mark Williams out, he hasn't played too bad, and this is going to be a guy who's going to have lower lines. He's averaging 9 points and 8 rebounds and 2.5 blocks and in the games with Mark Williams out. So if we can get a Nick Richards fantasy score, I would really like that, since he can get blocks. Check his rebounds, see where it's at. If it's at 6.5, 7.5, that's a good spot. And points, if you can get it around 7.5, 8.5, that's a good spot also. So I like Nick Richards up against the Pacers. Fifth pick's gonna be Malik Monk up against the Jazz. So the Jazz, they have Colin Sexton, who's out. Jordan Clarkson's out, and now Lauri Markkanen has been marked questionable, and he may not play tomorrow or today whenever you're watching this. And since Sexton and Clarkson have been out, the Jazz are giving up the most points, the third most rebounds, and the third most 3-pointers to the shooting guard position. And they're playing against the Kings, and the best shooting guard scorer for the Kings is Malik Monk. And over his last 5 games, he's averaging 14.5 points and 4 rebounds and 3.5 3-pointers made. So if Lauri Markkanen is out, I'm going to put a blowout alert on this one, so be careful. Obviously, there's De'Aaron Fox is going to have a good matchup, but his lines are going to be really high, which leads to my 6th pick. The Kings give up the 7th most points and the 5th most 3-pointers made to the shooting guard position over the last 2 weeks. And Abachi over his last 5 games is averaging 12 points and 2.5 3-pointers, and he's been getting better and better. He's a rookie. He's been getting better and better over the last 5 games. And if you can find his line around 10.5 and 11.5, I think it's going to be a steal in a game like this, where the Kings just are giving up a lot of points in that position. And that leads to my 7th pick. I'm not entirely sure who is the official point guard for the Jazz, if it's Abaji or if it's Talen Horton-Tucker. So I'm putting in Horton-Tucker here as well in this spot, and he's been averaging 22 points, 5.5 rebounds, 7 assists over his last 5 games. And with Markkanen out, his volume is going to probably be the highest on the team. And with Abachi getting more confidence, I think both of these guys are going to be able to score and hit their line. And 8th pick is going to be Jaden McDaniels up against the Knicks. The Knicks give up the 2nd most points to the small forward position, and McDaniels is mostly known for just a defensive guy, a 3-and-D type of guy, but lately he's been scoring pretty well over his last 10 games. He's averaging 15.5 points. So if you can find his lines, I think I've seen them around 12.5 points, but they'll probably be up a little bit higher. So if you see them around 13.5, 14.5, I think it's a good spot for an over for Jaden McDaniels. I do want to mention this at least once a week. If you feel like you're struggling with betting, if you feel like you're depositing every single day and you're losing money and it's starting to hurt you or your family or your rent or anything like that, you can reach out to me. My email is in the description, and you can just have someone to vent to if you don't have people around you to talk to, and I'm willing to talk to you and try to help you get better, because it can almost be an addiction. It is an addiction, and almost like a sickness where you just feel like maybe the next one is the one that's going to help me pay my rent or pay for my car, and it ends up just hurting people's lives. So I just want to throw that out there and help the community as much as I can. So it's the final round. God bless you guys. I'll catch you on the next one. Bye.